Okay, Marty, the Suzuki point standings. You see here a great battle for first place underway with John Dowd and Tim Ferry, just the 2-point advantage. Ferry's got the 18-point advantage on Riccata, but the real battle there after the number 1 and 2 riders is the battle for third, with Carmichael getting into the picture, guys.
Yeah, Carmichael was on fire there for a couple weeks, and then he got to Daytona and hit a roadblock in the form of Michael Brandis, who's conspicuously absent from the Chaparral team. But, you know, you were talking about John Dowd earlier, Art. I wonder if that didn't actually do him some good, because he would have been riding in 250 at those events. He hasn't ridden in 250 since he did well in those first 4 races. He's on fire. Why would Yamaha want to mix up the program right now?
As we look at the Suzuki starting grid, all the riders that qualified for the 125 main event. These guys are looking to move up the ladder, gain the experience on the Supercross tracks. But you know, David Bailey, this track here is more than experience. It is a character builder. This is a brutal track for a 125 bike, it's turned out.
Well, I think what we're seeing now is that in the past few years, the tracks have been pretty simple, and all the 125s have been able to do the triples. The 250 guys primarily have been complaining about the tracks being easy. The track designers have made them tougher, a shorter run at the triples being a little farther, the landing jump being a little bit more peaked. And the 125 guys are thinking, okay, business as usual, and we're seeing a lot of guys go down. And this main event, I think if they've learned anything out of the heat races, we're going to see guys riding a little bit more cautious, but still in the heat of the battle, somebody like Carmichael trying to burst onto the scene and Dowd trying to protect his points lead, that probably all is going to go out the window.
Well, we saw some real high-flying action and guts in the last chance qualifier, the 125s as well. The 30-second board is up. The fans now look at the intent look. They're ready for the main event. Scott Sheik, who did such a good job winning his heat race. And, of course, the lone rider from Team Honda right now is Lampson in the 250s is injured and will not participate in the 250 main event. But these guys, Ferry, Sheik, Riccata, Dowd, Skaggs, Carmichael, Deegan out of the 125 Western ranks. Jeremy Buell, a top qualifier from the afternoon. They're all ready to go now. As the gate drops, we are off. And a heck of a battle now for the whole shot. Look at number 70, Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael, the whole shot. Deegan, 28.
A couple of riders down in the first corner. That's Charlie Bogart. He's going to be the last one to get going, but Carmichael just muscled his way into that whole shot.
John Dowd and Tim Ferry in pretty good position in 4th and 6th. And Dowd has just now moved into 3rd. There's Carmichael, number 70. Looks like he could get lost in those mountains.
Well, he could. The jumps here, like I said, the track designers are making the track a little more difficult, and Carmichael is dangerous when he gets the whole shot. He can just run away and hide.
There we saw him crack that triple, the only one to do that. That's going to help him. If he can get away a clean break here while Dowd and Ferry have to go through traffic, he's going to be tough to catch, gentlemen.
Ricky Carmichael, our leader, and in back of him, it is a melee with Greg Schnell, number 110. You see him there in the pink shirt. Ricky Carmichael leaping up to the platform after the finish line jump. Really doing a great job. Let's take another look.
There's the 3 guys that we would think that could challenge Carmichael, Dowd, Ferry, and Sheik in that order. There they all are, taking different lines through that rhythm section, but Carmichael is starting to open it up. Deegan hanging pretty close.
Deegan, a one-time winner on the 125 Western Circuit, but had all kinds of problems after that, Davey.
Yeah, he's had a really bad year. You know, the series right now is just so dynamic. The tracks change, the winners change, the riders change. Right here we see Ferry going past Dowd for 4th.
Good pass by Ferry. Dowd, though, he'll come on strong later in the race. He almost hopped off the track over in that same area where Albertine went off.
Well, Ferry'd like to redeem himself from Daytona, where Dowd passed him, went off the track, and repassed him to take the win. I think Ferry's got a few more friends here in the audience. He'd like to do well in front of his hometown.
Carmichael already with a 4-second lead, guys.
It goes back to that thing. He's able to jump that triple. He's got an open track. I noticed that time Brian Deegan was able to jump the triple jump as well, but that's got to be a half a second a lap, and imagine when it does feel momentum in your mind.
Sheik is now putting some pressure on the rear tire of John Dowd as you see him there, number 29. Much more aggressive in his qualifying heat.
He went down in practice this morning in a big water puddle. He was soaked. Looked like it really fired him up, made him angry. He went out and just attacked the track after that. And from my best lap count, he had the fastest times.
Carmichael now with a 5-second lead on Deegan. Then it's Sheik, Ferry, Dowd.
Greg Schnell up in there.
I should say Schnell, not Sheik.
Number 110, I got him mixed up.
Yep.
He's starting to apply the pressure now because he's feeling it from behind.
There's Ferry, number 22, second in points. He hasn't won a race yet this year, but he's had 3 seconds in a row. Schnell doing the job. Number 110. He's in the sandwich on our picture right now. Putting the pressure on Deegan. Good block angle. Schnell can't hold it, though. Deegan, good acceleration out of there. Carmichael, Deegan, Schnell, Ferry, and Dowd. With Sheik behind him and Roncada right behind them.
Now watch, Tim Ferry just moved past Schnell because Schnell was trying to pass Deegan. He left himself open. Now we got Ferry in third. He's got to get by Deegan before he can even see Carmichael.
You'll be able to see Carmichael going the other way. There he goes. That's a huge lead. And Ferry with the block pass on Deegan.
Ferry moving up the ladder. Boy, he's been riding consistent. It's just put him shy to the points leader, John Dowd.
You know, it's like someone just rang a bell. You saw Ferry make a move, then here comes Dowd doing the exact same thing. Now Dowd goes by Deegan. He's up in the fourth. Carmichael just keeps pulling him away.
Look at Carmichael go over that triple, and he sits back down on the back of the seat when he lands.
Well, a couple too many hamburgers. He's got to use all that body English to get over the triple.
John Dowd makes the triple and tries to get by Schnell here in the whoop section. Oh, what a battle. Dowd, number 14 on the inside, has the angle. Can he have the acceleration out of there? No, he doesn't quite have it. Schnell recovers. Schnell following Ferry, who's way behind Carmichael in our 125 main event.
Well, Ferry finally moved his way in front of this battle. He's starting to open it up. Hard to tell if he's catching Ricky Carmichael at this point.
I know it's a short series, but I wonder if John Dowd is racing with a focus on Ferry more so than the win.
That might be a good point. Ferry winning here in 95. He was third in 96 with a battle with Pachon before crashing out of second place. Carmichael, Ferry, Schnell, Dowd, and Sheik, who will hold on to the points race here in the 125 East. The run for the checkers is definitely on. Art Ekman, David Bailey, Davey Coombs, and Marty Reed from Orlando's Citrus Bowl. The 125 main event in progress. Our winner, you saw him, I should say our leader, you saw him, number 70, Carmichael. Dowd right now is really battling Schnell, number 110.
You know, that's 2 laps that Schnell's held up Dowd through there. That's Dowd's fastest section, that whoop section. But I think the kid knows that he's there, and he keeps moving over. Maybe when the race goes on a little longer, we might see John Dowd pull the trigger in that corner. He's got him set up for a nice block pass.
Let's go down to Marty trackside.
Well, Davey, you were asking whether or not John Dowd was riding for the points. I went to Brian Berry and I said, are you riding points or are you going for the win? He says, heck, it's only 2 points difference. We need to win. And he says, right now, my man's not riding worth, you know what. I couldn't put it on the air.
Greg Schnell in this department. Let's check his record out. He was an 8th in the first race, then a 12th at Atlanta, and an 11th in Daytona. This guy's grown up all of a sudden.
It's amazing. He's delivering, and the lines that he's taking out there, the way he's pulling away from this pack, it's amazing. I think we're going to see a whole lot more of this kid in the future. The way he jumps the triple and enters the whoop section, he's making all of his time where these guys are right now.
How long can he keep it up? John Dowd, he's got good strength. Dowdy this time makes the move.
I saw it coming. Last 2 laps, like I said, he was just waiting to pull the trigger, but I knew he was going to have to make contact, get by Schnell, because Schnell's putting on a really fine ride on the Chaparral Yamaha. Carmichael,
Ferry, Dowd, Schnell, Sheik, Roncada in that order with Deegan after Roncada.
You can see a good shot as those guys come out of that corner. All the ruts, everyone's starting to move a little bit over to the left, try to avoid them. Watch Carmichael, untucked jersey and all. Watch him his line. Jumps off that corner, almost jumps over the hay bales on the inside, lands right in the rut. Look at this kid go. He crosses it up, lands right into the berm, and this is the section where he's making all of his time. Over the double, or the triple rather, goes to the outside, because he has to, and gets a great run at that whoop section. He's going through there faster than everybody.
David, what did you think about the first time you saw Carmichael on a 125?
You know, I heard so much about him, Davey, and from the amateur races, but never saw him. And I had these huge expectations that he was just awesome with this great style, and I didn't really like it at first, but it's really starting to grow on me. I said this in Daytona. His style is all his own, and I like it.
He had the 19th in his first premier race of 125s and came back with a win and then a 6th place. Let's go down to Marty.
Yeah, one of the inside technical things, you know, every now and then we try and throw them out here. They changed sprockets. Chad Watts, his mechanic, went to a larger sprocket, and he says, obviously, he liked it.
That's the fastest I've seen anybody, even on a 250, get through that whoop section now. It's starting to wear out a little bit as we put the Honda stopwatch up, get a lap time on this kid. Wouldn't surprise me to see him going in the neighborhood of the 250s, around 101, 102, somewhere in that range. 7 seconds over Ferry.
Sheik was trying to get around Schnell. They bumped tires, and you see there Sheik is having a horrible time trying to get around number 110.
There's Deegan, who ran up front, second. Dropped back almost 25 seconds now, and it's not that Deegan isn't riding well. He's riding pretty good, but the pace tonight is just brutal.
Here is our leader, Ricky Carmichael. Lots of friends and families. He goes into the rut.
He just does whatever he's got to do to get the job done. The kid's just playing fast. And when he can mix fast with the timing, you got a winning combination there. We saw that from Jeremy.
Then in the last race, he crashed in the first turn. Last place, came all the way back to 6th.
It's just amazing. Coming up on a lap. Playing it smart, not going for that triple.
Look at that. Amazing. 102.7.
Yeah, the track's making for a little bit better time now. I think he's really got it wired, but those are the same lap times McGrath ran in the 250 class.
Finally, Sheik number 26 gets by Schnell. A lot more racing left in this 125 main event. We will be right back.
Today it's Supercross Terminology 101, and it's not to insult our regular viewers, but it's for all those spouses out there who are forced to watch for 2 hours. We want to turn you into fans. Let's start at the starting line, except in Supercross it's called the gate. And the reason is simple. If you get off of this thing properly, it's the gate to heaven. If you get stuck here, it's the gate to purgatory. Now, our next term is hole shot, and that happens down in turn number 1. And we're not referring to you going out and getting your butt full of buckshot with a 12-gauge shotgun, but rather, if you're the first guy into turn 1, you've got the hole shot. Next, you hear us talk about doubles and triples. Well, double is 2, and a triple, obviously, is 3. And if you can't count, well, that's when you start singing soprano for the New York Opera. Next is the rhythm section, or as we commonly call them, the whoops. And it's easy to find out why. You make a mistake, and all you can say is, whoops. Now, if you have rain, that's R-A-I-N, there's not much to do except run for cover. And finally, we'll talk about the berm. That's B-E-R-M, not B-U-R-N. But if you get caught in a rut in the berm, you do burn. So that's it for Terminology 101. Supercross, you've now graduated, and all you have to do now is convince your spouse to go get the beer and chips.
Welcome back to the 125 main event. The Orlando Supercross. Ricky Carmichael is our leader. Number 22, Tim Ferry, is in second place. He has a 3-second lead on John Dowd. And the importance of this, of course, is that Ferry is 2 points behind Dowd for the leading in the points. But look at Dowd. He's picking up some speed now on Tim Ferry. Watch him cut through the whoops. Oh, now he's only 3 bike lengths.
Yeah, he gobbled that time up quick and coming through the mechanics area, approaching the triple, doing the same thing Carmichael does, goes for the triple, and he has to go wide, and then that momentum from the outside carries him through the whoops quicker.
They're both leaving Sheik in the dust.
Yeah, and I imagine that there's a lot of people in the stands right now pulling for Tim Ferry. They got a Florida boy in first, one from Tallahassee, and we got Largo, Florida's Ferry in second. John Dowd, New England, are going to get up there and mix up that Florida sweep.
Yeah, what's this guy from Massachusetts stealing our show, right?
This is that tough whoop section where they got a rise in the middle. These guys get through there. The momentum is carrying them. It's actually, they're getting air off of that. Then they land in another hole, and the timing is off. Dowd is really putting the pressure on now. There's his mechanic.
Do not follow.
Can't pass if you're following, and if he crashes, it'll be Dowd's problem too, so find another way around.
Carmichael with a 10-second lead in first place.
We're coming up on Dowd's favorite section right here. Watch him skate across these whoops. All night long we see him go well and go inside, but that time he went on the inside on the approach. Maybe should have tripled and swung out wide and maybe got a better run at it that time.
Dowdy approaching this season with a different viewpoint, ignoring the points list. He says, in 1996, I was over-concerned with it. I blew it, and Mikel Bichon had an easy time of it. It's not going to be easy for anyone to beat me this year.
And you saw Dowd right now just reach up and grab a tearaway to clear his vision, following Ferry. You got to wonder how much of that he's got left as Carmichael still leads way out front.
Suzuki field summary: Carmichael, Ferry, Dowd, Sheik, and still Greg Schnell holding in the top 5.
It's a tough decision if you want to follow a guy that close and take all that roost, which covers your lenses, and you go through all your tear-offs, you got to make that pass quick, or you can drop back just out of that roost, save your vision, and go for him late in the race. Because Carmichael, I don't think either one of these guys is going to catch.
Only 3 laps to go now. Can Dowdy make the move into second place?
But back at that section again. This time he's going to swing wide. Now watch how fast Dowd makes up the time right here. I don't know. Ferry's tough to those whoops too.
Well, if Dowd had done that triple and still had that run like he's been doing earlier, that would have been a different story. He's setting him up, though, because it doesn't appear as though Ferry can do the triple.
Lee McCullum, boy, what a job he did on Ferry's bike after the storm. Bent it all up. Here comes Dowd. John Dowd, the new papa. Whoa! And look at there. They tangle, and Ferry comes out of it in second place.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. And Dowd has really slowed down. Now he starts to pick up pace back up.
I can't believe Dowd stayed up, because Ferry came into that corner hot.
Those
Took
guys,
the front wheel away.
those guys, I know that Ricky Carmichael's gone with the win here, but those guys are racing for the championship, and that was a bold statement.
Now Ferry is, now look what's happened. Sheik's starting to enter the picture. He's finding his rhythm. As they approach, looks like maybe the halfway point.
We're looking for the white flag lap. Coming up next, here comes Sheik.
Boy, I wonder if Ferry did some damage to John's bike.
That's what I'm thinking right now, because of the way he took off so slowly from the incident. White flag now as Carmichael is long past the finish line jump, headed for the last turn of this circuit.
There goes Sheik right there. He snuck up on Dowd coming down that corner, doubled in, and now this is really going to make some difference in the points.
It certainly will, as Carmichael, seeking his second win on the season, will also move up the ladder. Let's go down to Marty trackside.
Well, when the collision occurred, Brian Berry, mechanic for John Dowd, just looked over at Lee McCullum. He was furious, and there was a few words exchanged, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more after this race.
Well, that's what you got to do. Racing's racing, and
well, let's take no prisoners when the championship is on the line.
Right.
Carmichael, does he lay it out? And the fans going crazy here watching this 125 main event that's had a little bit of everything. The remarkable performance of Ricky Carmichael, but also the battle between Ferry and Dowd. Well, we've got the checkered flag coming, and there she waves for Ricky Carmichael. Sheik started in 6th and made a nice run. Let's check it out. Ferry comes across in 2nd. Sheik in 3rd. And the crippled bike of John Dowd in 4th. So we have not only a winner here, Ricky Carmichael, but also a new points leader in the 125s. We'll get the thoughts of Ricky Carmichael as well as Ferry, we hope, as Marty Reed tries to corral him down there on the winner's podium. That's all coming up next. Ricky Carmichael, a big lead, puts the show on for the fans here in Orlando.
Well, he's showing them all the drain plug. This kid floated around the track, and to whip it up like that at the end, what a night.
Okay, let's go to Marty Reed, who's on that podium.
Yeah, the very happy Ricky Carmichael. I got to tell you something. Man, you exploded and just ran away. What was the key?
Well, the key tonight was the whole shot for sure. You know, it's ruddy, and luckily I turned it around in the main. I haven't been having a good weekend, but I guess it made up for it winning. And, you know, I got a good start, really concentrated, and got the pro race start thing. Got $500, so I'm happy about that. That's the first time. And I don't know, like I said, I just got the whole shot and put in 15 perfect laps.
You're 17 years old, right?
Yeah.
Can I have the champagne? You can't have that.
You can have it after I get done spraying it.
No. See, I need it because Davey Coombs had you in the pool, buddy. So, see, I got to give it to him. But, hey, congratulations. Great win. Let's go over to Timmy Ferry here. Timmy, 4th straight second-place finish. But guess what? You got the points lead.
Yeah, I guess that's one good way to look at it. Ricky rode really good that race. He got out front. You know, you can't let him get out front or he just walks away with it. But he rode good. Usually, you know, Dowd comes up behind me like a Daytona. You know, I didn't have much left for him. I had a little something for him that time.
You think there's going to be some words exchanged? I know the Krug guys were down here going after each other a little bit.
I don't really care, to tell you the truth. We're out here to win a championship. This is this is earning our living, and I'm just trying to get my Suzuki up front, and that's all it is to it.
There's your man. He's in the points lead right now.
Okay,
Tim Ferry.
Marty, 88 points, 2 points ahead of John Dowd, 86 in our Suzuki top 5 point standings. Sheik moves in front of Roncada because of his fine late race charge, and Ricky Carmichael, well, he just continues to impress everyone, and you can just hardly wait to see him race again. We'll be right back. The big guns are getting set right now at the starting gate. It's the 250 main coming up next.